Some panic at a Manatee County school today. Students are now home safe after a half-hour lockdown.
It's been incredibly slow.
And local businesses getting creative to make up for the lack of customers due to the red tide. How you can help this Labor Day weekend. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news tonight out of Manatee County.
Manatee School of the Arts on lockdown for about a half an hour this afternoon while police look for a shoplifter hiding nearby. Our crews got there as police started their search for that man. Palmetto police say the suspect stole from a nearby Walmart store. Campus security officers spotted him on the outskirts of the campus and then ordered a lockdown until he was caught.
There was a rumor went out, I guess it started with some of the kids at the school calling their parents saying that there was an armed man on campus. That was never the case. This is a shoplifting suspect, and here again, the school security that they had in place, we spotted the person and we should take him into custody in a minute.
At last check, they were still searching for that man right now in the woods near the school. The students and staff are gone for the day. This is a developing story. We'll keep you updated on both our app and our website as we get more information.
New at 6, Bradenton Fire Department investigating the cause of a home fire in West Bradenton today. Our crew is arriving at the scene moments after the distress call from the home, which is about 5 minutes away from DeSoto Square Mall. The fire marshal tells us that it started on the back porch of the home just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. Only a woman and her dog were home at the time.
Right now it appears to be electrical. Still investigating it. There's a single-family home with a family of 3, one pet. No one was injured.
The fire marshal says it was an electrical in nature. That fire was electrical in nature and that the storms that are moving through the area could be the cause.
Well, let's get a check on our rainy weather this afternoon with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with our first alert forecast. Bob?
Yes, and when you see a storm like this, you know something's heading your way. This photo just sent in an amazing shot from Scott Wade in Nokomis. This cloud is associated with a line of storms that's starting to break up right now, moving off to the northwest, but some heavy rain has been falling across parts of the Suncoast, and there's been some interesting cloud formations with this rain. Now, we had one round of heavy rain, that's off in the Gulf. Another one has developed. Now, as I said, it's starting to break up a little bit. It had been a little heavier just about a half hour ago, but still some heavy rain near Inglewood, also on Venice Island. You can see that rainfall just hugging the coast now, and now heading off toward Honore and also into Mayaca City. Northport, it's come to an end, at least the heavy rain. Still some light rain lingering in Inglewood as well, and down into Port Charlotte. You can see still a lot of lightning strikes near Minnesota Beach, South Venice, East Venice, but you're not going to see that heavy rain that was just now over Inglewood about 15-20 minutes ago. Also along I-75, some lightning occurring there. Not much in Sarasota right now. This could cause some gust fronts, so that could kick off some other storms. But since it's rained here earlier, the atmosphere is a little bit more stable. That's the reason why that line's breaking up. But the forecast models are suggesting we could still see a few scattered storms through the next couple of hours, but generally fair conditions. By 3 o'clock, there's a little piece of energy that may come by in the morning that could kick off a few storms as well. But to start today on Friday and for drop-off for the kids for school, it should be okay at that time. Different story, though, for pickup. We'll have much more in our forecast. Tell you about a newly formed tropical storm, it looks like, out in the Atlantic in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. For most local businesses, the Labor Day weekend usually brings in some of their biggest annual sales.
But as red tide continues to linger across the area, many business owners are already forecasting a much slower holiday weekend. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is in Siesta Village with an update on red tide conditions there.
Red, white, blue, and murky brown.
Last week the smell was awful. There was respiratory irritation. We had to send staff members home that were sick.
Katie Spellman helps run operations for 4 businesses in Siesta Village. She says since this bloom hit Siesta, they've seen a more than 50% decrease in overall sales.
It's been incredibly slow. So at the hub, for instance, we usually have about 6 to 9 servers on during the day. We're running with 2 servers.
As of last week, they even had to stop serving lunch at the cottage, but there's light at the end of the tunnel.
It definitely was bad, and it affected us very badly last week, but things are better now, and that's why we're trying to do this amazing promotion to try and get more people to come out to Siesta Key.
Buy one, get one free drinks and appetizers at the Hub and the Cottage this Labor Day weekend. And Visit Sarasota says there's a lot more where that came from around the county.
The biggest thing that we're focusing on right now is really that Shop Timber and getting it launched.
Staff says they're pushing this third annual promotion now more than ever to showcase all of the deals at every participating business in the county.
That kicks off right at Labor Day weekend, so that should be a good opportunity to get out and experience the destination.
A win-win for consumers and for the businesses that are reporting alarming numbers in Visit Sarasota's weekly Red Tide surveys.
About 46% of the businesses responding have said that they've had businesses down more than 50% year over year.
ABC 7's Taylor Torregano reporting from Siesta Key. Because of the red tide, Florida Fish and Wildlife is asking anglers to release any snook or redfish they catch. Starting today, the game fish should be released from Manatee County south to Collier County. That's all the area that is being affected now by red tide. FWC says the order will remain in effect until they can reassess conditions at their next commission meeting coming up in late September.
A hearing has now been scheduled to determine whether a Tampa mother accused of letting her 4-year-old daughter drown in the Hillsborough River is fit to stand trial. Investigators say earlier this month, 26-year-old Shakayla Denson stole a car from an auto repair shop. She drove to the Hillsborough River, waded into the water with her daughter, and then left her to drown. Witnesses report hearing the child scream. Denson is now charged with first-degree felony murder, aggravated child abuse, and grand theft auto. 2 doctors have been assigned to rule on Denson's competency. A hearing has been scheduled for October 24th.
Nearly 3.6 million Floridians cast ballots during this week's primary election. 4 years ago, turnout was just over 2 million. Overall, 27% of eligible voters went to the polls. Republicans and Democrats alike say voter interest was extremely high for this 2018 midterm election, with spikes in participation happening in GOP strongholds like Sarasota and heavily Democratic counties.
A lot of this we're going to see in the general election. A lot of these issues are going to come out, and I'm really hoping that we'll see a big turnout in the general.
The highest voter turnout during this week's election was in small Franklin County. That's in the Florida Panhandle, where 56% of citizens voted. On the other end, less than 21% of eligible voters went to the polls in Osceola County in suburban Orlando.
Governor Rick Scott is on his way to the U.S. Capitol to honor the passing of Senator John McCain. The 6-term senator died on Saturday at the age of 81. His casket now heading to Washington, D.C. after a memorial service earlier today in Phoenix. After his passing, Governor Scott issued a statement saying in part he was a true fighter and fought every day for this country. We will miss him dearly, but take comfort in knowing his legacy will live on forever.
As Labor Day weekend approaches, the state is reminding drivers to get plenty of rest before you hit the road. Florida highway safety officials offer these tips to avoid falling asleep at the wheel. Avoid driving at times when you would normally be asleep. Also, get enough rest before you drive, and take a break every 2 hours. And if you start feeling tired while you're driving, just pull over in a safe place and take a nap if you can. Also, read the warning information on all medications you take before you drive. Still to come tonight in your Suncoast News, strong storms this week leaving many Suncoast roads flooded at times. How the rainfall is impacting the island of Venice.
Plus, more than 300 new homes are coming to Bradenton. Why those who already live in that neighborhood are voicing their concerns.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
According to a new survey by U.S. News & World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather, and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Well, we've seen little sun here on the Suncoast this week. A significant amount of rain means some roads throughout Sarasota and Manatee counties are underwater at times, like many in the city of Venice. The majority of the flooded streets and walkways have been seen in low-lying areas and near the bay. The storm drainage systems that the city of Venice has in place has made some of the flooding disappear in less than a day.
We have a system of pipes and infrastructure throughout the city. But we still get storm events such as this week that overwhelm those pipes. They're just too intense and the pipes can't catch up. Or what we see a lot is debris that will clog up the pipes and temporarily cause some of the street flooding we've seen this week.
The city has had crews out on the street cleaning debris each day.
Now to an amazing sight caught on camera on Siesta Key. That's a bolt of lightning striking a boat on the island. That boat was docked. No one was on board, luckily. Shane Cooper says he was outside during a storm Wednesday and he got that video. Cooper added he saw plenty of lightning strike, but this bolt got a little too close for comfort. It appears to hit the antenna of that small boat. Here's another closer look at it. Look at that smoke left behind.
And interesting point there is that if you're out in the waters and you're in a boat and it has a mast or a tall object, stay away from that. Get as low as you can in the boat. If the boat is going to be hit, it's going to hit the taller object. Right. And try to take all your jewelry off too. You don't want to have that on you because it can side flash at times. We have had a lot of lightning today. We had a lot of great photos too. This is the ABC7 tower cam showing this line of storms moving to the northwest. Although it's breaking up, there's still some pretty heavy rainfall around. Pretty fascinating shots have been sent into ABC7 and again mysuncoast.com. We'll go to those right now. This is from the Venetian. Anthony Alberon getting this photo right near I-75 near Laurel Road. That is a pretty nice shot of that storm which is moving through right now across parts of west central Florida. Boy, the rainfall estimates. This is from the last 5 days now, and I want to show you some bullseyes with some heavy rainfall. These are estimates. Had some folks call up near State Road 64 and Manatee Avenue in Bradenton all the way to west of downtown. They've had 6.5 inches there, so these aren't right as accurate as you can get, but pretty close to it. Nokomis, Venice, all the way up to near Osprey. Look at that, 7.1 inches. This is the past 5 days since Friday. Had some very heavy rainfall. And here in Manatee County, near State Road 64 and I-75 near Heritage Harbor, Upper Manatee River Road there, that also over 6 inches of rainfall. And could be more in some isolated areas. Obviously, the radar can't can't get everything, but boy, the radar was very active earlier today. Most of those storms are off in the Gulf, pushing off to the northwest. Still a line moving off to the north. This one basically now is shifting northward. This one moving to the northwest. It broke up right around Venice. It was rather heavy, as you can see, just about an hour ago in Northport, also into Inglewood, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. That has now shifted off to the northwest, but notice still some lightning around and occurring even outside that heavy rainfall, so keep that in mind. It's going to be a very active holiday weekend, too, with afternoon storms around. This one headed to and toward Myakka City. So the forecast tonight does still call for little pieces of energy, a chance for a few scattered showers around, nothing like we've seen this afternoon, but there'll still be a few up until around 8 o'clock, and then we do it all over again tomorrow afternoon. Showers and storms. There's not going to be much of a sea breeze because of that southeasterly wind, but we will still see a good chance for scattered storms each and every afternoon on Saturday, Sunday, and I think more so come Monday and Tuesday as a tropical wave and some tropical moisture moves in a little bit more so. From this system right here, the Hurricane Center now watching it, 10% chance developing into the next tropical depression or storm as it makes its way to the west-northwest. A lot of deep convection there. You can see from the color-enhanced satellite imagery over the past 12 hours an explosion of storms, but there's nothing organized in a centralized area at this point. So it's still just a line of low pressure. There's some very warm water out ahead of it, so we'll have to watch it closely. This one is going to become Florence. This is off the coast of Africa, and the forecast models all take it into the north central Atlantic, so it'll be a concern, I think, for mainly shipping interest. It is moving to the west at 9, winds are at 30 miles an hour. And it is expected to become a hurricane category 1 and move into the north central Atlantic in the next 5 days. So it should not be a big factor there. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as well. We have some clouds around at the airport. It's 78 degrees. Temperatures actually warmed up since the rain we had about 2 hours ago. 89 the high despite the clouds and showers. We had some sunshine in the morning. We've had a lot of sunshine in the morning and early afternoon as of late. 47 hundredths of an inch of rainfall at the airport. We're still below average, at least at the airport. Nearly 4.5 inches. The forecast tomorrow does call for sunshine in the morning. I mentioned drop-off will be okay for the kids' pickup. Maybe a different story with storms expected. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be a bit stronger out of the southeast and south at 15 knots, subsiding to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. A moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast then each and every day, showers and storms mainly in the afternoon and evening, although that may be a little different come Monday and Tuesday. We could see some morning storms as well due to that increase in moisture from that tropical wave now, it looks like. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. 350 new homes are coming to Manatee County off of State Road 70 and east of Lockwood Ridge Road.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly joins us live now from that neighborhood. And Jackie, you spoke to some of the neighbors there today. What are their concerns?
Scott, Jacqueline, right now this lot of land is just full of plants, and neighbors tell me that they like that because it makes them feel like they're away from all that commotion. They worry with new homes being built that there'll be more congestion on the roads.
A lot of people moved in the neighborhood because it is very quiet, it's very comforting. And by virtue of that, of course, you're going to just have a lot more business going on all the time.
Daniel Nawara is just one of the residents nearby who worries about this new project. The land was bought in 2016 by Taylor Morrison from the city of Bradenton for $10.5 million. Al Horgan, who was formerly on the Manatee County Planning Commission, says the land wasn't originally supposed to be used for development.
The land was originally there for expansion of the reservoir. And somebody came along and offered them $10 million to buy it from them, and then all of a sudden they decided they didn't need it anymore.
But the city of Bradenton says this was a good deal because the new development brings new property tax money into the city's coffers. Horgan says he worked closely on this project but resigned when he and the city leaders couldn't agree on things like new roads to lessen the congestion.
I'm not anti-growth. I am pro-responsible growth. And I don't believe that not getting that right away for Natalie Way, and by not collecting the impact fees at the rate of an additional $2 million a year, is not responsible on the part of the county commission. And that's why I resigned.
And while some residents say there are concerns about more homes, they also see some positives with developing on that land.
I've seen some different animals over there that from snakes to bobcats that will probably be removed if they actually have buildings and things there.
Now developers say they're planning to build single homes and villas, and they want to start construction in spring of 2019. Reporting live in Bradenton, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jackie, thank you. The city of North Port and Sarasota County have come to an agreement in place over the management of city parks. North Port now has more than 2 years to plan for taking over those parks from the county. County commissioners unanimously approving that extension. This will give the city time now to prepare to take over the parks.
Florida Fish and Wildlife hosted a workshop on Longboat Key today about a new coyote population that's been on the island. It's unclear how many coyotes are living on Longboat, but the number of sightings is going up and worrying many residents who asked the town today if it is planning to remove those animals. FWC staff explained trapping coyotes is very difficult and oftentimes ends with putting those animals down. It likely wouldn't get rid of the entire population.
There's not an easy answer, and I think that's what everyone heard today. It's difficult to trap a coyote. There's challenges with that and how that may impact other domestic pets, and we just want to be careful.
We should not have to walk around with shakers, noisemakers, figuring out ways to stop this.
The town manager says there have been conversations with trappers, but it is still too early to make a final decision on how to deal with those coyotes.
When we come back, we're going to show you the latest reason the Suncoast is getting recognized nationally.
Tonight, celebrating a lifetime of service, former Vice President Joe Biden speaks at John McCain's memorial service in Arizona. Plus, your Labor Day weekend weather alert. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Attention! Do you have Medicare? Do you want to make sure you have the most benefits and lowest possible out-of-pocket costs? You may be able to lower your out-of-pocket costs and get dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now to find out what you deserve.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Over 3 million people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, but there are still many people who don't check to see if they're eligible for more benefits and lower out-of-pocket costs. It's so easy. One simple free call could save you money and get you more benefits. Be smart. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline now.
Call now to see if you may be eligible to lower your copays and get extra benefits, including dental and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're able to save money and get more benefits now. Call 1-800-711-7200. Again, call 1-800-711-7200 now.
You know, fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore 2 hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC 7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View, live at 9 on ABC 7.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Joey Panic on Suncoast View for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the morning, watch Suncoast View, live at 9. Weekdays on ABC 7.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
The diverging diamond on I-75 and University Parkway is getting national recognition once again. Today it was named one of the top 12 finalists in the America's Transportation Awards competition. The winner will get a cash prize that the Department of Transportation can use for educational scholarships and nonprofits. Throughout all that construction, good to see something coming out of it.
It's the most talked about too, I
think.
Because we have talked about it a lot. Yeah. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night and stay dry.